If you're planning on doing an LS swap in your car, there's a few things that you're going to need to know before you get started. And one of the best things you can do is follow along with the 5 LS Swap Essentials for Success. Well, first things being 75th, we got to decide what it's going in. So one of the first things to consider when you're doing an LS swap is the platform. Are you going to use a car that is front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, big, or small? Using a platform that is already a popular vehicle that's rear-wheel drive will make for the easiest swap. Of course, if you're planning on doing something like LS swapping a Ford Escape, then you got to expect that the cost, time, fabrication level, and skill are all going to go up. If you're planning on swapping into a vehicle that had a carburetor, you're going to need to make some extensive upgrades to the fuel system. On a carbureted engine, you're going to be running about 8 psi of fuel pressure, whereas on an LS, you're going to need to run about 58 psi. Upgrades to the fuel system could include an upgraded fuel pump, fuel lines, fuel filter, and fuel pressure regulator. Now we're going to talk about engine management. You can either get a standalone ECU, which is basically a plug-and-play system, comes with everything you need, or you can use the stock setup, in which case you would either use all of the systems that are required to make that engine run, taken from a donor vehicle, or you can have the computer flashed and reprogrammed so that you only need a few things in order to get that engine running. A standalone ECU is definitely the more expensive option, where getting your computer flashed or just using all the stock components are probably going to be your cheaper option. Now let's talk about the cost. You can spend anywhere from $4,000 to $40,000 depending on what you choose to do. If you're able to get a donor vehicle, you could spend a lower amount, or you can get a fully built crate engine from any company that will give you a lot of horsepower and all that stuff for a large sum of money. The choice is really up to you. The more you spend, typically, the more plug and play the system will be. However, a lot of applications are going to require a lot of custom fabrication work in order to fit the engine inside the vehicle. So if you have a popular vehicle, they might have a kit available for that. But if you're doing something that, not a lot of people have done before, then you may end up having to make a lot of stuff yourself. And now we get to the final component, which is skill. Are you really good at fabrication? Are you just an amateur looking to do something fun over the weekend? The point is, there are options for you no matter what your skill level. Now the cost may go up the easier things get, but the reward is going to be the same. You're going to end up with a car that is reliable, fun, and just a good cruiser so that you can really enjoy taking your classic out. I hope this has helped a lot of you so that you can understand what it's going to take for you to do your LS swap. I wish you all the luck in the world and have fun out there.